Where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002.
Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Right to the air. Here's Stafford.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
36 yards on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
The Lions at 7-3 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Stafford.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Easy, big 20.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Velus Jones now from his end zone.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Bears. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this...
They've got his man, complete! A big play there for Detroit. 53 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. as they line up and kick this one away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
Go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Down the sideline he goes. How about this? And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line.
A huge play there for Chicago. 62 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Another carry for Pierce.
Takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Dameon Pierce with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Santos now to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one. So they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
Play action. Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Gibbs.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibbs.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number number 50.
And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
And they'll pitch it to Pierce. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? He's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Here's Fields.
And incomplete.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially to the 4th century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Hey, 0. Hey, go here.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
59! Hey! Hey, easy!
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Hey. Zebra.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown, Detroit! Nothing now, 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they roll him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time. Oh, a first mistake for them in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Here we go, son.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
32. Stay 50, stay 50. Middle. Hey.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Moore, the man in motion. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
That one let go deep for Laporta.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On third down, here's Gibbs. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Throwing on third down, Fields.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marquise Bell. Inside the 10.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Red! 40 gun! 40 gun!
Stafford. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for Detroit. And even 50 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Jaquan Brisker getting sent on the safety blitz, and he was able to finish it off.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And it's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's going to look deep for more.
And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Back to throw. Fields.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one's going to fall incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now Fields. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 31 yards there and a first down.
They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And his kick here is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Here we go.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely Definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Fields throw caught here by Metcalf.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Now it's Fields. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Off play action, Fields. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to burn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw is Fields. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Mooney, the motion man right. Fields throwing again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marquise Bell.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Read option. This is Gibbs. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 119 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's Dominic Robinson who comes in and makes a play. 2nd and 7. Another run for Gibbs here.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends in